Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Iconic Repaints. Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a short video for you. I wanted to just show off a Funko Pop custom I did a few months ago. This is going to be Goldar from the show Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Pretty much anybody who grew up in the late 80s or 90s knows all about Power Rangers. It was a phenom basically. It just kind of took over. It was, from my childhood, it was the first show that I remember kind of being obsessed with. I remember it just kind of being everywhere. It just blew up. It was, I would say, probably the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Transformers of my childhood. So, Goldar is a reoccurring villain in the show. He's one of the mainstays. He's one of Rita's and later Zed's most trusted generals. I don't know why, because they just fail over and over and over again, and whatever reason they decided to stick with him. But I always thought he was a really cool kind of design for what a 90s show for kids was going to have. I mean, some of the actual character designs, monster designs, were actually really neat, and Goldar was one of them, even though his face was like a Muppet that his mouth never really moved to the words that he was saying. But still, cool design. And so I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Power Rangers basically when they made it in America, they took pretty much all the fighting footage, and the footage with like the Zords came from a show made in Japan called Super Sentai. And I can't really watch the Power Rangers today. I can't go back and watch them, until like the Green Ranger shows up. Then I think it gets a little more justifiable. But watching Super Sentai, even as like an adult, man, it is so much better. It's such a better show. Just a few differences right off the back. So the Green Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, he loses his powers, and he basically gets stuck being a teenager again until they make him a new suit, right? Well, and Super Sentai, the Green Ranger, who's actually called the Dragon Ranger, he loses his life when his powers run out, when his candle runs out. He straight up loses his life, and it's tragic. I mean, it's pretty jacked up. And they had the nerve to do a poll to the kids, asking, basically voting if the Dragon Ranger should be kept on the show, or if he should be killed off. And overwhelmingly, the kids out there voted for the Dragon Ranger to stay on the show, and they killed him anyway. So it was kind of like, but even with the other characters, like Rita has like this trauma. Her name's not Rita, obviously, in Super Sentai, but she has like this trauma that kind of motivates her to want to fight the Power Rangers over and over again. And you see where she's coming from. Some of her monsters are way more sympathetic, and some of their little storylines are really messed up. And it's no wonder why all their animes are like so dark and morbid and really just morally twisted, because compared to like what they watched, Power Rangers is so, we were so coddled and treated like little babies. So anyway, what I want to do with this pop, but yeah, Super Sentai, if you haven't watched it, watch it. The Zords aren't just like Zords, they're gods, and like when Megazord becomes, like when they all become Megazord, he's like a god, and he reprimands the Power Rangers, like he tells them they're not shit over and over and over again. Like it's really cool. All the characters are cool. The Yellow Ranger's a dude, so like if you pay attention, like for watching Power Rangers when we were a kid, you'll notice that the Yellow Ranger doesn't have boobs because she was a he. And you'll notice little things like when they have like the Green Ranger without his helmet in the American Power Rangers. It's like a flimsy, crappy looking, Spirit Halloween store shield, whereas like when he's actually fighting, because it's from the Japanese footage, it's like a real badass looking shield. Anyway, so Goldar, really neat pop. I basically wanted to just kind of do like a little animated comic book style twist on him. Inspiration was being the Boom Studios run of the Power Rangers, which that's a whole nother, you know, I could devote more time to that. The Boom Studios comic book run, which is still current, and I'm not keeping up with it currently because they just kind of brought in way too many Power Rangers from too many different series. It kind of got overwhelming for me. But their first couple arcs, amazing Power Ranger stuff, like the best Power Ranger material you could ask for. And I like that they treated it like, you know, it's not aimed for children that are reading Mighty Morphin Power Rangers today. They know better. They know that people who are going to be reading Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are the readers that grew up watching Power Rangers when they were a kid. So it's definitely tailor-made for people like my age. They did a great job with it. I highly recommend that. That's what I kind of based this Goldar in, you know, just an inspiration because I thought they drew him really badass in the comic and I liked it. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to keep it nice and short. Thanks for watching. Peace.